Yes, it is time for the LockMarie talk show with your girl. Yes, yes. Show me my love, show me my love. It's your girl, Coach LockMarie. What's going on, y'all? How you doing? How you doing? Y'all, I must be wired this morning. I done did 2 podcasts and it's just now 6 a.m. Boy, this gonna be a good day today. I'm starting off real good. It is daylight savings time where we are. Don't forget what they say, you spring forward. Instead of it being 5, it's 6. Thank God that the phones now automatically change themselves, or I think I would have been an hour behind this morning, y'all. And angel numbers have been appearing everywhere I look all morning. They're speaking to me, speaking. The divine is talking. But the problem is sometimes, are we listening? When you start seeing, I want you guys to become aware of that. When you see numbers like 33, because since I woke up, I done saw 333, I done saw 444, I saw 555, I saw 606. When you look at the clock and you see repetitive numbers, look those numbers up. That is a message. That is something that needs to be placed within your spirit. But you got to start being aware. It's not just coincidence. There's a reason for that. Okay? So, how y'all doing? It's Sunday. Sunday fun day. Woo woo. So I'm up early. I might hit the gym early too. But I wanted to do 2 podcasts this morning because it's a kind of like a continuation. Because my last one was, I start talking and I just keep going and going because that's what I do. I'm a podcast host. I'm supposed to talk. This is good therapy for me. Express myself. Talk. So let's start with Everyday Positive Thinking with Louise Hayes. Oh, and look at this one. Oh yeah, this is from my girl, my mentor. What? Abraham Hicks. Okay, so this one says, trying to limit anybody about anything defies the laws of the universe. It cannot be done. Ooh. Okay, let me make sure my mic is up on this next part. You cannot control others. You cannot control others, but you can control and create your own reality. Ooh, my God, it's a whole bunch of parents that need that one. I'm just saying. If we would stop it now, just realize the more you push against, that's why they rebel, because you keep pushing against. You can't there's not a law of assertion. You can't assert your authority over things thinking it's going to change. It's not going to change. It's going to continue to be what it is. If you want things to change, then just leave it alone and just accept it and praise it as it is. Think positive about it. Focus on what you want and stop pushing against what you don't want, and then you'll get what you want. But that's a whole nother podcast. A whole nother podcast. All right. All right. Let's see. La 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 la. La 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 la. Let's go to Back on Deck by Iso Indies and the X Rusan. So ladies, let's talk into, like I told y'all, I'm focused. My thing now is thinking on the next generations. Okay, the people who are coming behind us, we're starting to get older. The ones who are feeling where we were, who are coming up. It's time for us to start putting life into them and affirming them, right? So my question is, ladies, girls, what does a beautiful woman look like? If you ask yourself that question right now, and the first person to come in your mind, if that was not you, then you need some self-love, some self-care, some self-help. You need to affirm daily that you are the standard of beauty. If you do not believe you are the standard of beauty, tell me who lied to you and told you that you were not beautiful. Whoever did, you need to stop believing those lies. A belief is just a thought that is continued to be, that's something that is repeated over and over and over. That's how beliefs get started. Somebody starts talking and they keep repeating it, then somebody else repeat it, then the next person repeat it, and everybody repeat, and it just becomes a belief. We have placed fear, we have placed so much anxiety, we have placed so much pressure in our people, in children, in society, because of things that we repeatedly thought over and over and over and over, and we just keep passing it down and passing it down. The buck should stop here. It's time for us to pass down some better things. Pass down some gratitude. Pass down some affirming. Pass down some positivity. Pass down some love. Pass down some confidence. Pass down some money, wealth. If you're going to pass something down, pass down something that's going to build up and make them a better generation. You know why? In scripture, yeah, you're right. Each generation going to get wickeder and wiser. And the reason it's going to get wickeder is because you keep saying it's going to get wicked. Keep saying, girl, these next generations, child. Stop speaking death on them before they even are born. Speak life over them. Speak prosperity. Speak abundance over them. You don't know what's going to happen. You ain't going to be here. But you should want to send off thoughts of safety and secureness and love and peace and joy and happiness and abundance, wealth, good fortune. That's what you want to send off to the next generations. Freedom, success, liberation, beauty, love, joy, loyalty, commitment, good communication, advancements, promotions. That's what you want to speak over the next generations. Speak it, but it starts with you speaking it over yourself. Because as I said in the last episode, 90% of folks cannot encourage, inspire, affirm anyone else, love anyone else, because they don't love themselves. They don't encourage themselves. They don't believe in themselves. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to believe in nobody else. If you judge yourself, condemn, convict yourself, that's what you're going to do with everybody else. You always finding something negative about yourself, guess what you're going to do with everybody else. It starts with us. Your strength comes from within. Your strength comes from your mental, physical, and spiritual emotions. That's where your strength comes from. Build yourself up. Know who you are. Affirm yourself. You are beautiful. When is the last time you said, I am beautiful? And meant it. Not just speaking it, but felt that thing. We have gotten so far from that because nobody wants to be fleshy. No one is. You don't have to be fleshy to love yourself, to encourage yourself, to think of good thoughts about yourself. I don't want to be proud. I don't want to be arrogant. Who? Stop that. I'm really believing now that those definitions came about by people who had low self-esteem looking at people who had high self-esteem. People with no confidence looked at people with confidence and started making definitions about them because they didn't believe that about themselves. That's exactly where I'm coming to now. Because I was thinking, y'all, when I start thinking, y'all better watch it. So, and I'm one because I was a part of it because of the way I was raised. But you know what? These younger women, we can learn something from them. This new generation, you can really learn something from them. And I think the reason we pick at them and you pick on them so much is because deep inside, you really admire the boldness and the uniqueness and the individuality that they have with who they are. They're not afraid to be just who they are. The bonnet crew. That's what I'm going to call them. The bonnet women. Now me, I'll wear it, and if I do a video or something, if I'm clowning or something like that. But I have no desire to wear my bonnet outside the house. I just don't. That is not me. Okay. Now I'm a bandana woman. Now some women won't wear bandanas, right? So to each their own, okay? But the next time you see a woman in a store with a bonnet on, leave her alone. If that's what she want to wear, if that's what she felt confident enough to get up and leave out her house in, look at that as a positive, that she is confident enough within herself to know who she is. But you know what you'll say? She needs to think more highly of herself. She don't respect herself enough. No, you don't respect yourself enough. You don't think highly enough of yourself to go outside the house without a full face of makeup on, without a full hair weave or extensions or wig. Or see, this is where we have to this is how you get down to the core of who you are. We stop pointing the finger at other people, right? And we say, who am I? And I speak this because, like I said, I done been through all those phases. I'm darn near 50. I done been through a lot of phases. But I'm more open and more evolved enough now to look back and say, give these young people a chance to live their life. Give them a chance to be who they are. We've listened to Back on Deck Waterfall, Sweet Talk, and now it's Little Sunday Barbecue by Jesse Lawrence. Ask yourself a question, ladies. In one of my books, I dove deep in this. It's the let me get the title for sure, just in case somebody wants to check it out. It's time for us to love on others, accept others as they are, and realize that just like you changed and you evolved, give them that same grace, give them that same space. Yeah, it says your confidence coach, LockMarie. Tips to becoming a more confident, confident woman. I think I did it as a Kindle too, but the paperback is better, in my opinion. I'm just an old-fashioned paperback girl. But yeah, in that book, I dive in on this a little bit more too. But women, I want us to be real with ourselves, okay? Because I can go this route because my mom, that's one thing that she did tell me. She said, you do not need, N-E-E-D, you do not need makeup. Makeup is not a necessity. She said, do not start yourself getting addicted to that stuff. Because, when I was coming up, all my friends were wearing it. And then, of course you go home, Mom, can I start wearing makeup? Can I have some lipstick? Can I, She would laugh. I know she used to want to laugh at me a lot of times, but she didn't. She gave me that stern look, just like her daddy. But, ladies, be real. I'm going to ask you a question, okay? And it's out of love. Have you ever, or when was the last time you went outside your house without makeup? Without a full-fledged, made-up face? Or what y'all call it, beat. When is the last time? Or have you ever? Has anyone ever just seen you? Okay, that's my first question. My second question, when is the last time, or have you ever? Has anyone ever seen you without a weave, a wig, or something, or your hair, quote unquote, done? Have you ever just went natural, in your natural state? If your answer to those two questions is no, I'm going to need you to start rethinking what you consider self-love and self-confidence is. Because confidence and love is not determined, or it does not start with artificial or things that are not you. Your core, who you are, today or tomorrow. You have to strip down to just who you are. How will you feel about who you are? That's where love starts. That's where true confidence starts. Makeup, no matter how beautiful it enhances, it is a mask. I've worn it a handful of times in my life, but I have worn it. And coming from being a natural woman and putting it on, when I look at myself, it's not me. People are not complimenting you. They're complimenting the makeup because that is not you. There's one hairstyle, the guy's bad, y'all. The dude, like, literally, he performs miracles. And I don't say that in a sense to, mean that other people are ugly or women, but when I say total transformation, like, don't look nothing like who they really are. And my question is, why do you want to look like that all the time? Now, I get it. Like me, I get bored. I do. So I like to switch stuff up. But you better darn sure know, one day of a week or one day or sometimes 5 days a week or 1 to 10 days out of a month, you gonna see me. You gonna know exactly what I really look like and who I really am. People know who I am, what my hair is, and because they see me. Because guess what? I love me. Today or tomorrow. They always used to do this thing where they say, if they came around and took all the Bibles, will you have the word hid in your heart? Ladies, I'm going to take you one further. Today or tomorrow. And I don't want to hear, well, it ain't going to happen because, shut up. This is a hypothetical. Today or tomorrow, beauty salons, wig shops, makeup artists, it becomes against the law to wear any type of makeup, wig, weave, extension, addition. What will you do? How will you make it? Can you walk out the house and still think you the boss? Think you beat? Think you fabulous? Think you beautiful? Will you still have that same confidence? Do you now still have that same confidence that you had when you walk out that door all made up? Do you have that same confidence in the house in the morning when you wake up before you put it on? If your answer is no, and only you know this, and you're only going to answer it to yourself, because women just not going to be true to nobody else about this. They're just not. Until you get past it, then you can be true. But when you're there, nobody's really admitting to that. That you just do not love who you are. You don't. Because if you did, you would express her and you would show her. If you like yourself, you ain't even gotta get deep in love. Some women just do not like themselves. Where it came from, who got you started on that, I don't know. But it's up to each individual to understand that you have to like you. You have to love you. You have to be confident in you before anybody else ever will. You have to respect you. You have to adore you. You have to wine and dine you. You expecting your man to give you flowers, to send you flowers, to take you out. Have you ever sent yourself flowers? Have you ever wined and dined yourself? Have you ever went out and just sat and ate by yourself? Have you ever went to a mall by yourself? Have you ever traveled alone? Stop expecting from other people what you are not even willing or capable of doing for your own self. It's not fair. You don't even tell yourself you love you. But every day you want your man to tell you. Every day you want your man to... You ain't ever complimented yourself. But you want your man to compliment you daily. You know when you get compliments from your man, You know when you tell your when your man will start telling you that he loves you when you start doing it for yourself, because then you're going to attract that from other people. Look, I like I said, I was married twice. Okay? And I don't consider neither one, especially, well, before I left the previous, the recent marriage, the first marriage I consider, before I knew better, this is before I had developed, I was still hurt in my own self, not because of nothing that person did, because I had kind of got over that, but I didn't know, I hadn't developed in that respect. But I used to consider that a failed marriage. But now I look back, I didn't fail at nothing. Neither one of my marriages was a failed marriage. It just did not continue because it wasn't supposed to. That was a phase in my life to teach me lessons I would have never, ever learned had I not dealt with or became a part of that person's life. And with each of my marriages, like I said, women, I might have to do a lesson on that too. It's a whole lot of men out there, good men. I hear all the time, all the good ones. No, they're not. You say they're taken, so yeah, you will never find one. But there are men out there, and they are good men. They will compliment you. They will do everything you desire if you first believe it and first have yourself built up. See, that's where it comes to when they say you have to get yourself together before you go into a situation. It's not because of what we think it is. It's because of the way God set up the universe to work, the way the laws work. If you go in lacking confidence because of the way you were raised, because they literally muzzled you and pulled out all of your voice, all of your confidence, you will attract someone to take advantage of that. And that's what happened with my first marriage. You will either attract what you are. Wait, hold on. You will either attract what you are or attract what you don't want. There, okay. You will attract what you say, what you desire, or you will attract what you fear. See, I didn't know this coming up. And I feared a lot. I didn't want a lot. But because of the way I was taught how to speak, because of what I heard, make sure you don't get a man that do this, and make sure you don't, and make sure you this, and make sure. So I'm like, okay, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want. And that's all I had going. So guess what I got? Everything I said I didn't want. Because the law, all it knows is what you focus on. Whether you want it or not, you're going to get it. So, ladies, if you want a particular type of man, see, this is where the list comes in. The list that they had us doing, throw them lists out. That's not the right list. Take it from somebody who's done it twice. If you listen, you'll learn. See, you think you'll learn from a woman who done been in a relationship for 50 years with the same man. No, you'll learn some stuff from her, but it's not going to be the same stuff that I can tell you. Somebody who done, like a woman who done been married 5 times, oh, I'll listen to her, because I know she got 5 different scenarios on different situations, and she gonna keep it real. The woman, and this is no offense, but it's just what it is, because like I said, I talk with women who've done this daily, and they confide in me. And the woman who's been married to that one man, she got a whole lot of hidden secrets, hidden hurts, hidden pains, hidden resentments that she will never tell anyone because she's still there. And, to cover him and to cover their marriage, which I'm to the point now where you're there, he should be man enough and both of y'all should be mature enough to be able to speak on it. Tell what happened. That's why I used to love to go to this. Every year, I would go to a retreat for Valentine's with my past husband. And it was a 1 day thing, and married couples would come and they would speak. Shout out to my big sis and big bro, Kenny and Melissa. Let me give them applause. Kenny and Melissa Yelverton. Don't quote me on that last name. I know you're like, she done demolished my last name. But they would invite us, and we started going every year. We went like 5 or 6 years. But there I loved it because the couples, they didn't give us all the lovey-dovey, the lovey-dovey. They gave us the real deal of their life. They had been with that man or woman for 30 to 50 years, and they will start at their beginning and work up and give you the ins and outs of being with that person. And I would see, and as a woman, I would see the hurt and the pains that woman had dealt with, right? They were able to work it out amongst that man and go on. But there are women who are there in marriages who have not been able to do that because of the type of man that they are with. And there are women every day crying inside because of the type of man that they're with. They're not able to express that. And that's a whole nother podcast on the man and why he's the way he is and the way he thinks. But the bottom line is we all need to be able to express ourselves and to speak openly. And a lot of women don't because someone told them that they shouldn't or they couldn't. Like I said, I look back and I have learned so much. Oh my God, I am grateful I would not change a thing. I couldn't because I wouldn't have the knowledge that I have now. Had I never got married, because that's where I was on my way. I didn't want to get married. Let's keep it real. I never wanted to get married. But being in a church that all you heard was marriage, marriage, marriage. You saw couples, everybody preaching on one day God got a good husband for you. God got a good. I used to tell my grandfather, I don't want to have. No, God got a good man for you. You need you a husband. And that's what so guess what? Their beliefs became my beliefs. Okay, look. What's today? Sunday, March 13th, 2022. You're hearing it here first. I never wanted to get married. That was me. What I always saw myself being a thriving, successful, single businesswoman. From a child, that's what I saw. But when I became, growing and going to church services, going to lesson classes and, youth classes and single ministries, what were they always doing? Preparing your mind for he that finds a wife finds a good thing and God has a man. So I'm like, oh, like, dang, like, okay, well, maybe what I'm feeling is wrong then. No, God knew what he had created me for. He knew who he had made me to be. Now, looking back, I say, I'm not saying that I would have never gotten married, but it would not have been until probably, and which is what I'm saying now, until I'm at like 60 or 70 years old. Y'all laugh, I'm gonna laugh. But seriously, that's looking back, that's how I think it should have went. Because there was so much in life. I have a lot in me, and I would have been able to do those things and to get those things out, which is what I'm doing now. And that's why people think, oh my gosh, she's always into something. She's always, because this has been in me for years, but I couldn't because of the adults that were over me. They wanted me to do what they wanted me to do. The churches I went to, the leaders, they tied my hands. I couldn't be the gifts, the calls, the talents God had in me to pursue and to do. Because of the mindset I had that I had to submit under other people's authority, I was not able to freely be me. I saw so many ways I could have helped and enhanced certain ministries and certain departments, but they didn't want that. They put, and I'm gonna say this, one in particular is still, and I laugh to this day. I was at one particular ministry, and I always wanted to start it, but you don't. Like I said, when people got that thing going, you let them do it. They've been doing it for 15, 20 years. Who are you to just come in? But I knew it would help because it was needed. This is before I got my certification on health, before I became a health coach. But I was into fitness. I was losing weight. I just hadn't got certified. But it's who I am. It's what I did. And so they began a little health, I guess, fitness program within the ministry, and they knew what I did. They saw me, they knew me, they knew my results, right? They were coming to me asking me, and instead of putting me over it, they put someone 3 to 4 times my size over the health and fitness portion of the ministry. And I used to sit there and I would be like, wow. And I'm a woman who has lost weight, who used to be that size or bigger, who has now gotten her health or getting her health together, is supposed to sit there and be taught by someone who has no clue. And there are many, many ministries, many buildings and organizations out there now with that same thing in structure, because of who they know or who they are involved with or who they're close to. What do they say? It's not what you know, it's who you know. And that's in a lot of cases, if you believe that will be true. But I'm to the point now where I go, if it says your gift will make room for you, I go where my gift can make room for me. If I go somewhere and my gift is not making room for me, guess what? I'm in the wrong place. And I'm going to take my control and authority, and I'm not going to allow anyone else to put me in their box for what they want to use my gifts for. No, that is not what God placed it in me for another man or woman to be in control of it. He is in control of my gifts and who I am, not another human being who don't even have control over their own. Women, how many other women have you allowed to control your beauty, to control who you are and how you should look? Girl, you shouldn't go out. You can put some blush on. Girl, you should put some foundation on. Who is she to tell you? Because she's all foundationed up? Because she's not confident enough to go out barefaced, so she want you to not be confident enough? You consider your sources. Okay? From now on, when someone says something or does, consider the source. Why are they telling you what they're telling you? You cannot get beauty tips from someone who does not love or like herself. Beauty is not accessories. Beauty is not additions. Beauty comes from within. Beauty is you. Beauty is natural. The accessories, the additions enhance. That's what you want it to enhance who you are, but you don't want it to overtake and become who you are. Right now, I have a couple of friends, and if I think of them, all I know, I've been knowing them for years, and I have never seen them. I don't know who they are. If I saw them without the makeup on, I would not know them. And I've been knowing them for years. Women I've seen for years, and I've never. I want. What does her hair look? Does she have hair? Like, what does she look? Who is she? So, women, let me help you out here too. Because, like I said, I've been married twice, and I've dated in between, and I've had male acquaintances, and I have two brothers. And men talk to me. Okay, men talk to me a lot. Husbands, singles, in between, they talk to me and they tell me. And if you are single and have never been married or never dated, and you are over the age, I'm going to say now, if you over the age of 30 and you have never had a man, a boyfriend, 90% of the time is because he don't know what he's getting. As much as men, you think men like the makeup, the additions, the extras. They don't mind that every now and then. You know what I'm saying? You're going out on a special event, or you're going out for a special dinner. But men, real as they get older, they're not into all that. That's Hollywood. That's what entertainment industry does. Do not allow that to mess up your life and make you feel that that's what you should be or who you should be. Even I have best friends. Oh, not best friends. Yeah, I say they are. They my best friend. No, I have friends. I have associates that I know who are now actresses and actors and in that industry, right? Performers, entertainers, and when we hang out, they are barefaced, ponytail, sweats, and tennis shoes. That's not who they are. That's who they are because that's what that arena is. That's their job. That's their profession. That's their uniform. You know how you at a certain job and they have a dress code? That's Hollywood's dress code. But you are governing your life according to Hollywood's dress code. You're not doing the job. So that's not you get what I'm saying? If you were a police officer, you have a uniform to wear. Okay? So because police officers wear uniforms, you gonna go out and wear a uniform? No. So ladies, why are you allowing the celebrity women who that is what they do to make their money? That is a part of their contracts. That is a part. It looks good. I mean, I would rather see that. I don't want to see, it. It helps with the visualization, the enhancement, the alluring, the fantasy of what you're looking at. So yeah, it's good for television. But I promise you, those women, as soon as they can get that makeup and stuff off their face, that stuff comes off. You just don't see them because you only see them when they're on the television. But that's why a lot of times you don't recognize them when they go out. Because they got baseball caps on, they got shades on, and stuff like that. Because that's who they are. When they say action, But between the time they say action and cut, when they say cut, they take that deep breath. And that character goes away, and now who they really are comes on. I got a friend right now, and I love her. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. She does so many roles, but she is such a bubbly, upbeat, happy personality person. But some of them roles, if you thought that was her, you would have her totally wrong. She is one of the most lovingest persons I've ever known. Happy, and that's just who she is. She was that before she got on the spotlight. I can attest to it. And so that's what I'm trying to get us to see. And that's what I want our next generation of girls to understand. You can be beautiful. You can be you. If you feel like waking up, going out with a natural, with your hair nappy, quote unquote, they call it. If that's what your hair is, that's who you are. That is beautiful on you. Don't let no one else tell you what beauty is for you. Only you know what is you. If you feel comfortable, do you. Now, if you're going to be a part of an organization, they're going to have rules. So you have to make determination. Are you willing to give up this freedom to be yourself, to do that job, or to give up this to do this? Right now, there is a certain career that I have, was about to go into again, something different. But I had to rethink that thing. And I'm like, at this point in my life, do I want to do that? Do I want to now have other people telling me again what I can wear, what I can't wear, how I can wear my hair, how I can't wear my hair? Like, is that what I want? Now, because I went through some training, I went to an academy, I got some stuff up under my belt with it. Maybe I get a little bit more settled. I might do it again. But as of now, and even some other things as far as the location of where you live and all that, like there's a lot of things that you change yourself daily for other people, and you lose who you are. That's why you have to be just like with the actors and actresses. Your job is yours. That's your act. When you go to clock in at 8, you say action, and that's your character, and you play that character for those hours you're on set at that job. And when that clock out at 5 p.m. or whatever time you get off, cut, you breathe and become yourself again. That's what I recommend. Do not allow what you do to become who you are. And that's why I love to go on social media. I love it because it shows who people are. Whether you think they're faking for you or fake, so what? Who cares? They're enjoying what they're doing. Now, if they're not, that's on them. But I'm here on my podcast. I speak to you to get to you, to let you know it's okay for you to be you. It's okay for you to do you. But be honest with yourself. A lot of us are not being honest with ourselves. Just like this song is saying, we're looking for someone else. We're looking for everything and everybody else outside of us to love us, to tell us we're beautiful, to tell us we're worthy, to tell us we're amazing, to tell us they like us, to tell us you got this, you can do it. But if you don't love you, if you don't believe in you, no one else ever will. It's the law. It's what you're going to attract. I have always attracted men. I've never had an issue attracting men. I have friends and I have girls. Girl, I don't like. They always. You're right. And you know why? Because I know who I am. Because I believe, and I've always believed, and I've always known I was beautiful. I look back and I see that the girls who used to pick at me, talk down on me, laugh at me, do that, it was because they saw who I was. They knew I knew who I was, but it's that mind manipulation. It's that lack of understanding who they are. So when they see me mirroring back on them what they're not, then that's how they lounge out. Instead of going within, loving themselves, bettering themselves, they do the opposite. But see, I always knew who I was. I just didn't speak it out. I'm like, okay. But I knew I was fine. I knew I was cute. I knew men wanted me. And guess what? Men wanted me. Men said I was cute. Men said I was fine. It's the confidence. You have to know. Now, if I had been going around, oh, I'm this, I'm not that, I'm not, I would one of two things, which is what happens with most women who have low self-esteem and no confidence. This is what happens. You attract, either you don't attract a relationship, or you attract someone to prey on what you're looking or saying about yourself. That's why it starts with you. You have to have confidence within yourself. You have to know who you are, and you will attract someone to validate that. Someone to love you, someone to appreciate you for who you are. If you say people use me, people are always taking advantage of me, people are always this and people are always that, guess what? You're not just going to attract that in friends, in business deals. You're going to attract that in a mate. I've been there. And they will drain you and suck you dry. Because that's what you've said. You have to speak what you want. It's okay, ladies, for you to say what you want and don't want. It's okay for you not to get with someone because they don't have certain things or do certain. I'm telling you, listen to me. It is not your job or your place, if you do not want to build up or to lift up anyone else other than yourself. That is not your job. It's their job to lift themselves up and to build themselves up. That is not the job of a spouse. That is not the job of a girlfriend or boyfriend. That was your mama and them job to do. It is not your job to nurture no grown man. That was his mama's job. His mama didn't do the job, and he should not be looking for you to do it for him. It is not your job, sir, to be her daddy. Her daddy didn't do it. That's on him. Now, if you choose to take that role in their life, that's your choice. You can't get mad at nothing that comes with it. It's a choice. But understand, you have a choice. Okay? Everyone has a choice. And so I want us women, I want you to choose. Take your choice back to know, to choose, to look yourself in the mirror and say, you are beautiful. Coarse hair and all, kinky hair and all, straight hair and all, thin hair, thick hair, long hair, bright hair, whatever, pale face, pale skin, caramel skin, brown skin, blue skin, yellow skin, red bone, whatever you are, look at that girl in the mirror, look at that woman in the mirror and say, girl, you fine. And if you tell yourself that every day from this day forward, your whole world will change. You will start getting men come, excuse me, ma'am, you're beautiful. And it'll shock you. You'll be like, what? Because evidently you're not used to it. Because you've been telling yourself a different story. So you can't attract it. You can't attract what you don't believe. What you don't you're not putting that out there. What they say, men love confident women. It's not that they don't know that you're confident. It's the aura and the energy that you're putting out that's what's attracting them, because that's what they long for. It complements them, because 90% of men are very confident in themselves. It's very few men that have low self-esteem. Ain't that something, y'all? These men walk around. I mean, and Lord, forgive me for saying it, because this is maybe somebody's son. But y'all, they will walk up to you, buck tooth, one eye, three stomachs. Excuse me, what's your name? You got a boyfriend? Like, are you serious? But they confident. They don't care. They think they can do the confidence. And that, women, take notes from that. You need to feel that same way about yourself. Three stomachs and all, double chin and all, bat wings and all. Which that also is a choice. You have become that because that's what you have chosen to become. You could have chosen to keep your body, keep your health. It was a choice. Okay, you made the decision. You are who you are. You must love who you are. But if you begin to love who you are, and that's the problem, you did not love who you are, so you allowed yourself to do that. There was a time where I lost who I was. I began to listen to what other people said I was, who they said I was, and I lost myself. I had to look her in the mirror, and I remember the day I did it. I remember the mirror I did it in. And next time I go back to California, I may ask, because the last time I had met the people who lived in our house, I may go to the house and ask the lady if I could come in and do a video in her house so that I can pinpoint certain things to you guys. But I remember the mirror. I looked at myself and I said, who are you? I saw my lips moving, but I did not recognize her at all. I was in a body that was not me. And from that day forward, I made up in my mind I was going to get back to who I was. And when I look at the mirror now, I'm like, girl, there she is. Yes, I see you. That's me. No matter what other people think, because, people who just met me in the last 5 to 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of my life, they like, girl, she changed. Girl, you see, girl, pray for Locke. No, pray for yourself. Locke is doing just fine. I promise you. I'm doing better than I done did in a whole long time. God is my witness. Whew, talk about being free. My God, he who Christ sets free is sure enough free indeed. But yes, love yourself. Know that you're beautiful, ladies. It starts with you. If you want things to change, it starts with you. If you're wondering why you can't get a man, why nobody's attracted to you, but men don't want to have to wonder who she is without the makeup on. I'll never forget a guy that I dated years ago. He had dated someone prior to me, and she's a beautiful woman. Well, what we see of her. And I think I asked him, or he just told me why they didn't, because I thought they were going to end up married. And I said, why didn't you marry? He said, because I asked her one day to, he said, do me a favor, when I pick you up next time we go on a date, don't wear no makeup. And she told him no. And I think that was like the end, after that, he lost it because he did not know what he was getting. And by right, I've heard, I don't know if they were jokes or if it was true, but I've heard where a man, the women will wake up in the morning before the man, put on her full face of makeup. And I said, that man must sleep hard. Because if I was a man, I would have set my alarm to get up in the middle of the night so I could look and see what she looked like. Shoot, find out what I got. But men will wake up and see the woman and screaming, talking about, get out my house, get out my house. Because they didn't recognize their wife because they didn't think it was her. Now, I don't know if it was jokes or if it was true, but I do know one in particular. A woman told me one time that she used to do that. She would get up before her husband and she would go to bed every night after him. What kind of life is that? If you can't be you, if your spouse don't know you, if you can't be comfortable with the person you vow your life with, but that's the reason you can't, because you're not even comfortable with yourself. You don't. Look at that. What is the song saying? See, y'all? In love with myself. I didn't even realize what the song was saying. We're going to play this one again. Catnip featuring Milva. In love with myself. You got to get in love with yourself. Let's listen.
It doesn't make any sense to me. But who am I to question my feelings? I'm leaving you for someone else, but it's not who you might think it is. It's someone who you're already loving.
That's it. People think when you leave a relationship, it's somebody else. Ain't nobody thinking about nobody else. You don't want me out. I ain't got time to think about no other man. I'm leaving you, but it's not for who you think. It's for somebody you already, quote unquote, say you love. It's myself. You got to be in love with yourself before anybody else. People hurt. What they say? Hurt people. Well, healed people can heal people. But if you're healed or you're healing and someone else is hurt and they refuse to heal, there's nothing you can do. You can stay there and continue to let them hurt you, or you can leave and continue to heal. It's a choice. Now, if two people are growing together, two people are healing together, that's a beautiful thing. But if one think they already got it, if one have been so tormented and tortured from the childhood up until their adulthood, and they have never addressed anything or got over or past any of that, there is nothing you can do for them. It is a personal thing that has to start within them. Never meant to hurt you. Never meant to hurt you. I'm in love with myself. Loving myself. I'm in love with 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 myself. It feels so good to be in love with yourself, y'all. I'm telling you. I know some of y'all know, you know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all there. But these podcasts I do is for those who was where I once was. For my younger self. If the younger Lock was listening to this is what I would want her to understand and know, so that she don't go around life thinking she crazy because everybody else around her trying to make her think she crazy because she don't agree with what they agree with, because she don't conform to their rules and regulations and what they want her to be. I am, yes, and people say, I am becoming a more self-made woman, and that's the name of this song. Catherine Appleton featuring Maja Norming, Self-Made Woman. Yeah, my surroundings and my people I dealt with, yeah, they had a hand in it, But they were trying to make me into something they wanted me to be. I had to make myself who I am. I had to refine who God had created me to be, who God allowed my mom to birth into the world before her, my grandfather, my grandmother, and the adults in my growing up, before they decided who they wanted me to be. There was someone who God had already put in me to be. I had to refine and tap into her. Looking at a self-made woman. Ooh. These songs is hitting a little different today, y'all. Yeah. But yeah, you got to be excited about yourself. You got to love yourself. And I've done this before. I think I did it in the book that I mentioned about how to become a tips to becoming a more confident woman by LockMarie. If you want, I want you to challenge yourself, ladies. Go a day without makeup. You have to it's a process. But learn to love yourself. I promise you, and this may help somebody, your husband, your boyfriend may be on the other side of that full face of makeup. If he sees you without that makeup on, that will be the day he break his neck to get to you and tell you, you know what, I've been watching you for years and I've been wanting to approach you, but I just haven't because I didn't know who you were. But I see who you are today and I would really like to get to know this person. And it will knock your socks off. Some man is sitting saying, what does her hair look like? She probably beautiful without that weave on. She probably beautiful without that wig on. She probably beautiful without them, I don't know what, eyelashes on. They just want to see you. Give them you at least once a week, twice a week, once. Compromise five times out of a day. I mean, out of a year. I know, I'm sorry, a month, not a year. 6 months out of the year. You know, compromise. But men like natural beauty. One recently was telling me, oh, it's so cute. He said, "You looking so pretty. I don't even know if I want to touch you, if I want to." It's like they don't know what to do with you. They say they don't want to mess you up. You just look so pretty. Ladies, come on. Let's do this. We are beautiful. And beauty is not makeup. Beauty is not wigs, weaves, eyelashes, enhancement. Beauty is from within, and that is who you are. Beauty is natural. The things we do to enhance, that is just addition, but never lose yourself in that. Now I know and I get it, you know, there's a lot of women who have been abused, who've had some situations going on, and they're used that as a mask. They don't want to look at the girl who was abused. They don't want to look at the girl that was taken advantage of. I understand that. But like I said, that you're growing up and you're still not healed. Make room for yourself. Give yourself that chance. It's never too late. Be confident enough to be who you are. Natural. No added flavor. And then it will be an enhancement when people do see you. I don't like to do my hair, okay? I'm just telling you. So, one point, because I got to the place where I was just natural for 10 years, for the last, almost 15 years now, I have not put no heat in my hair. And so before I locked up, I was like just letting it natural. I would, rock my naturals. I got pictures. Y'all see them online, whatever. Or I would, do different styles, whatever. But I was like, I still want my hair to be, I don't want to mess it up. Because you still got to do all the washing and the process. You still have to do stuff with it. And so that's when I started doing my research on locks. I didn't take the traditional, what I was told and other people's beliefs. I did my own research. And I saw it's so deep. And it's really a spiritual journey. It is. And it also enhances your self-love and who you are as a person. And it to me, it's more than just a style. It goes deeper. It's a part of my character, who I am. I've always been infatuated with it as a child. Anybody I saw with locks, they would get my attention, and I would just admire them. But of course, I couldn't say I wanted to get my hair locked because parents put you on the altar and throw some holy oil on you because of who they saw with the locks, because they saw the different rastas and the smoke in this and smoke, yeah. Just because one person lives a certain way and does a certain thing don't mean I got my hair like that, I'm gonna start doing it. Like, everybody's different. They have a different journey, but there's different reasons for things. So we have to learn to embrace who we are. And man, when I tell you it's the best decision I could have made for my hair, I'm so happy that I did. I'm so proud of myself. I love it. I do. So, this podcast ladies, we gotta love ourselves, and it's not that artificial stuff. That's not empowerment. That's not love. That's not beauty. That's enhancement to the beauty that you're supposed to already know you are. You gotta love you for you. Bare face, bare skin. Get in the mirror. Stand in the mirror, butt naked. No wig, no weave, no additions, no makeup, and look at that woman, scarred, battered, abused, hurt, hindered, condemned, judged, and tell her, I love you. You are worthy. You are beautiful. I don't care what no one has done to you or said to you, what you have allowed, because it was a choice. You allowed people to do to you what you didn't have the strength to fight off. It's okay. You are still beautiful. You are not what happened. You are not what they said. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are special. You are loved. I like you. This is a start, ladies. And you're going to cry. You're going to cry. Because you've probably never done this. You've probably never looked at yourself like that before. Cry. It's okay. Emotions are good. Get in tune with them emotions. Cry, 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 let it out. Release all of that anger, all that hate, hurt, pain. Release it. Do this alone. You don't need anybody else to do this with. Hug yourself. Cry your eyes out. And let go. Take a nap. Get up. Meditate. Clear your mind and start daily doing that every day. If you got to cry for 6 weeks straight to get all that out, get it out, and you will find yourself feeling so much better. Now, I ain't have a lot to cry on. I've we all have our moments, but I know some people have so much built up, and you feel crying is a weakness. Sometimes God will use other people to help you cry it out because you're so used to being strong. You're so used to being the rock for everyone else. God will place people in your life who will allow you to just cry, who will hold you by your face and just speak into your ear and tell you who you are and what you need to believe in yourself, and just allow you to release all of that tension. Ladies, girls, women, you are beautiful. You are the standard of beauty. You are uniquely you. Know who you are. If you need a big sister, you need a friend, you need a cousin, a auntie, contact me. I'm on every social media site just about. Send me a DM, send me an inbox, send me an email. If you family or if you friends, you got my phone number, send me a text. And be specific, because I don't entertain other stuff no more. But if you need help, say I need help with me. Say I'm trying to develop myself. I would love to, talk to you. Or I love some encouragement, whatever. I'm not available for a lot of other stuff, but I'm always available to pour into someone and to help them see themselves the way they're supposed to see themselves. All right. I love you guys. Ooh, this has been I'm excited. I'm so happy. This Summer Breeze by Chase Hughes featuring Michael Jaffe is what we're listening to now. We've heard Sun Kissed by Daniel Friedel. Excuse me. And I already told you the other ones. All right. I'm going to let y'all go. It's 77 minutes. Ooh, we getting longer, y'all. But it's good. It's nurturing. We need this. It's time. We got too much life out there to live, to enjoy. So I love you all. I want the best for you. I wish you nothing but love and peace and wellness and health, healing, prosperity, inner loving. Like yourself. Be confident in who you are. Know who you are. All right. This has been your girl, Coach LockMarie, and I will see you on the next episode.